Hi everyone, it's Amy, the Roaming Historian. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'm a history professor and also a travel blogger. During the academic year, I'm busy teaching college classes about American legal history. And when I'm not in class, I'm roaming just about anywhere I can. But especially one of the places I go to most is Italy. So I'm glad that you found my channel. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. And please, like this video if you find it helpful, and I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. Today, I'm talking about something that I hear about all the time. In various travel blogs, the question is, how do I reserve Colosseum tickets? How do I get those tickets? And I'm fortunate. I mean, I've been to Rome, I don't know, well over a dozen times, probably more. And I've gotten to see the Colosseum in many different ways, as part of guided tours, as part of on my own booking the tickets. And so today I'm just going to guide you through the various ways that you can do it and tell you about my recommendations for it. So let me share my screen so that you can see some of the places. So here I've got 4 different versions for you. Outside of the regular. We'll see. The regular was not coming up. Try to reload. This happens a lot with the Colosseum site. The Parco Colosseo is the official Colosseum site. So maybe we should start there. And this will also kind of help you understand, to give you an idea right now. I'm not filming this too late. It is 9:10 right now in Rome. It's Central European time. It's about 9 p.m., 10 minutes, because I'm in the Eastern Standard Time Zone and I'm recording this around 3 o'clock. And I can't get into the site. This happens a lot. A lot of times I find the Parco Colosseo site is only available during their business hours. So if you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, the Central Standard Time Zone, the Pacific Zone, it starts to get a little more difficult for you to try to find it. We're going to keep laying them low, but this would be the official place that you would go for ticketing. It's pure and simple. You pay the price. The only price that it is 30 days out is when they release it. You really do need to book it that day. When they release, they sell out virtually immediately. The Colosseum has now gotten it so that they are checking your tickets, make sure that your tickets match your name and that everything is running smoothly. And as you can see, we can't even see it. So we'll go later. I might also try to VPN and see if by going into a VPN, if I can perhaps get in there. But let's start with why I recommend. See, the thing is even if I could easily buy tickets to the Colosseum site, I'd recommend a guided tour. I have done so many guided tours and I've always learned something new. And I'm a historian, I hear people say, I'll say, well, I know history. So do I, I'm a PhD. But it's not, I don't know that. The people who work at these sites, they are trained by the Italian government. They are trained to be specifically at certain sites. They are tested rigorously. You're not going to get just anybody. They have badges. They have to, there are strict licensing rules for the archaeological sites in Italy. So right then there, you've gotten someone who's devoted their life and their occupation just to telling the story of this. One of the places I highly recommend is Live Tours. Live is amazing. They're locally based in Rome. What they try to do is they really try to work with you. And I'm going to give you my affiliate links below. Sometimes you can save money with my affiliate links, so I'll put those down there. They offer several different tours, like an express tour. They offer evening tours. This is, you can find what you want, and I would just recommend going, finding the tour you like, and booking it with them. They really take all the pressure out. You don't have to worry about where to pick up the tickets. You don't have to worry about did I do this right. You don't have to, there's nothing to worry about. But more importantly, you've got a guide there. You've got a guide that's going to say, okay, because the Colosseum ticket, and maybe I should say this too. The Colosseum ticket is, I think right now, about €18. And it also includes the Roman Forum and the Palatine Hill. those are automatic. There's no just see the Colosseum. The Roman Forum and the Palatine Hill are right across from the Colosseum. You can only go into, so the Roman Forum and the Palatine Hill are on the same entry. You can enter once to the Roman Forum and the Palatine Hill. You can't enter once to the Roman Forum, leave the Roman Forum, and then come back and enter the Palatine Hill. You can enter the Colosseum separately, go about, and what I recommend is have a morning tour if you're and bring a little bit of snacks because you're going to get snacky, you're going to get hungry, or have something after lunch where you go for an evening tour because they, once you start going, you kind of want to see everything, you get excited. And once you get in the Roman Forum, you are going to see the Palatine Hill too at the same time. Uh, I find that, you know, these archaeological sites, these guys are amazing. They'll talk to you about how amazingly beautiful it was, how colorful it was. Today we see these stark white, you can see right here. Here's one of the part of the Roman Forum, and then in the background here we see the Colosseum. And so right here you see them bleached, the stones bleached by time, but they used to be very vivid and colorful. They'll show you recreations, they'll talk you through it. They'll say what this temple is and explain to you what you're seeing. That type of visualization is necessary. So, one of them I really enjoy is, like I said, live tours. I love that they have small groups. So they have semi-private or private. Their semi-private are 6 people or fewer. I find that really helpful. So here we are in the Colosseum. This is the arena floor. They have one that will take you to the arena floor so you can stand out here. And then, you have the hypogeum, the underground here. And they'll help you re-envision what this looked like, explain what the top looked like, explain what it looked like when it was a complete amphitheater. Um, and then some of the tours will take you to, this one will take you just to the Arch of Constantine. This is express 1 hour tour. So this is for the people who say, I don't have a lot of time. I just want to see the Colosseum. That's it. For those of you who want a little bit longer, you are, the person who definitely wants to see a little bit more. You might want to go on one of the tours where you include the ancient city. So here we have a 3 hour tour where you're going to go through the Roman Forum. You're going to go through the Palatine Hill. So this is actually taken from the Palatine Hill. I've taken this photo myself. And one of the great things about having guides is you have someone to take pictures for. They often will help you take pictures. They're there to answer your questions. So having that really, small group is essential when you're going through this area. This is the Roman Forum. And you're going along and you're saying, what is this column post? If you're alone, yeah, you've saved money, but I don't know that you've gotten the best experience. So it's definitely less expensive to book through the Colosseum. If you can book through the Colosseum site, it's definitely less expensive. What you cannot do is just show up there. You can't. It's gotten to be a madhouse. There might have been a day, and people who have done this, I've been going to Rome since 2013, and it's always been kind of crazy. I can honestly say after COVID, it's been insane. Every year that I go, and I go every year, it's been just a madhouse. And where I used to be able to wait in line and get a ticket, that's not even feasible anymore. It's either get them ahead of time or don't get them at all. And so other things we could do is the Roman guy. I have had a lot of fun trips with them too. They have underground tours. I've been on that one with them. That was amazing. And they have just like different ones. And so you can go through them. I'll leave my affiliate link for them below. Sometimes it can save you a little bit of money. Then we also have Viator. Now, Viator's good, and I should say, tour guides usually 15 people or smaller. They go small groups. So it's like 15 or fewer. Live tour, 6 person or fewer. Viator and Get Your Guide. Those are our other two that we'll talk about. These are going to be much cheaper because they're not generally as, they're going to be bigger, basically. They're going to make their money on the number of people. So with them, I highly recommend. So like if we go to this one, likely to sell out. What I want you looking for is I want you looking at these reviews. If possible, look for the badge of excellence. Don't it Viator and Get Your Guide are aggregators. They are marketplaces. And so when you're buying a ticket through them, yes, you might save a little bit of money, but you also don't have the concerns that like tour guide and live tours have. Live tours and tour guide, they run their own businesses. They're worried. They're in the problem solving business. They don't want you to have a bad experience because they are tour companies. Whereas Viator and Get Your Guide are a marketplace for people who are offering tours to list their tours. So if you can try to find, there's a bestseller, and I'm not finding, I'm trying to find a badge of excellence here for Viator. That's what something Viator does, is offers a badge of excellence. If nothing else, look for a lot of reviews with high numbers. So, I think this is pretty solid. 4.5 for 23,900 reviews. That's good for me. The smaller the aggregate, then I'm worried a little bit more. So, this is great. 4.9. But this kind of price, for a small group tour, it's probably better to go over to Live Tours or Roman. Sorry, I said Roman Guide. That's how long I've been using the tour guide. The tour guide was called the Roman Guide when I first started going through them. And back then, their headquarters were right in Rome, and they were just the Roman Guide, and then they started expanding. And then we have Get Your Guide, and so. You can see here sold out today, but this is I consider this kind of like this and Viator are the ones where if I haven't booked ahead, this is the ones I'm looking at the last minute, right? These are the ones that might be able to save me. But I also am, once again, make sure you're looking for really high success rates, right? We want to make sure that these people, because they don't, Viator and Get Your Guide, they're not the ones that are going to be dealing with the problems. They'll deal with any issues on your end with their platform, but tour guide, live tours, they care about you. They care about, are you having an amazing time? Are their guides? They're hiring their guides. They know their guides, and they're making sure you have the best and the brightest. So. All right, let's try one more time and see if we can get the Colosseum to respond. I'm hoping we do, but if we can't, then I think I guess I'm showing you what a real experience is. And, we spend a lot of time with listening to other people, and people always say, oh, you can just get it for, and I think, yeah, that's true if you can. And yes, it's true, but it's not as easy. And no matter what, even if it is easy, and like I told you, I've booked myself through the Colosseum site. I've done it. It's not impossible by any means. It's when it works, it works pretty darn easy, honestly. I've set my clock so I can get up on time, get up and right as soon as they're unloading their inventory, be there for them. But when push comes to shove, I enjoy the story. I'm a historian, I want to know what's going on. I want to understand. I want to be able to talk to somebody when I have questions, because that's what I find is when I'm wandering around these archaeological sites, they don't have a lot of context. There aren't signs to tell me. And even if there was, I don't want to read them. I'm on vacation. I want to talk to somebody who's going to tell me, oh yeah, this was this and this. And so I highly recommend. I'm going to have my links below. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, what you've done, what successes you've had. And by all means, if you'd like to know anything private, please, my website will be below too. And my Gmail address is on there, and you can reach out to me through roaminghistorian.com. And I'm happy to talk to you about any questions you might have about how to book the Colosseum, because it is one of the most amazing experiences in the world. And I hope you have happy travels and that your Rome trip is amazing. All right. Ciao for now, everyone. Take care.